So it will be difficult, yeah. Oh, thank you so much, man. Those that are just joining us, I've seen quite a couple of people just joining us. We're talking about red flags and deal breakers. What are those things that you can spot in a person that can make you want to say, you know what, I'm doing this. I'm not going to go ahead. I'm going to run away. Thing that could be categorized as red flags in relationships. There's so many of them. We talked about when they're perpetual liars, when they are not trustworthy, when they are abusive, when they are avoid conversations, when they are dodgy, when they are always playing victims. We talk about when they don't respect you, when they dismiss your feelings and opinions and stuff. And then for other people to learn even after they pick. Is it possible to have a red flag free relationship? At what point do people now, is it at the first time or after a few times? As somebody said, you have to set boundaries. I said, how soon or how long do you have to tolerate before you now set boundaries? Or does the boundary have to be set from the beginning? Because if you want to look at tags, they're so numerous that some of them might look like you're tolerating it. MC Mona said once the person has been corrected and there are no changes, that is when you should leave for your dear life. Then Mama Odele said when red flags are so many, it becomes a banner. Obviously, can that be a red? Can that be a red? It's and do you mean? And do you mean? So I know that clean. Or something, because sometimes we forget those ones can be red flags as well. Somebody whose hygiene is 0 or -10, hygiene can be part of. To me, hygiene is one of the major things that I will look out for. It doesn't matter how nice or kind you are. If your hygiene is 0, I won't be able to tolerate it. It will be a deal breaker for me. Then also we haven't spoken about some personal habits like maybe smoking, drinking, or gambling and stuff like that. Some bad habits, apart, the person may be very nice, kind, ready to spend money. People think about red flag is only you're calling I want it. Ha. Why? Why? Devil, you're a liar. How can the video it ended on it ended for on okay, no worries. It ended on its own from Instagram, so I'll just go back to Instagram. Even YouTube, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, ṣé network la máa pè ní? Ẹ ṣọ́ra yín o. So people on Instagram, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. When I pè ládùúgbò wa yìí, like pé network orí wọn ti fẹ́ gbálẹ̀ díẹ̀ báyìí, kò yé mi mọ́ o. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò fẹ́ yé mi o. Let me see if I can use just the can everybody see me back? Sorry, there was an error with your no internet connection. Instagram is acting funny. That's why I joined TikTok. Something is going on Instagram. Oh dear. Okay. Please, Instagram, can you see me? I'm back on. The problem I have with TikTok is I will have stayed on as somebody is probably lazy. Let's put that one. I've seen a lot of situations where the person is quite good. Yeah, woman nice, come nice. My wife is nice, my husband is nice, but very lazy. Would laziness add up as deal breaker or red flag? What about our foodie? Or somebody that cannot control themselves when it comes to food. They have this, yum 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 kind of thing. Or somebody who is not prudent. Somebody who is not prudent, tẹ́ pé kò mọ owó tán kì í ná, máa fowó ṣàbàṣà, ó máa fowó and also we never talked about people that are someone said we are requesting where is me my oh thank you, I've just seen it, I'm so sorry. So somebody that have all those good character, that all those character we said is not bad. Deal breaker for me is èèyàn tó bá yọ̀lẹ, èèyàn tó wà honest, èèyàn tó kì í listen, èèyàn tó lólùbáwí, èèyàn tó ṣe. What about people that have all those characters intact? Tẹ́ pé wọ́n lólùbáwí o, wọ́n gbọ́ràn o, wọ́n ṣe lè but wọ́n yọ̀lẹ, or kó jẹ́ pé ó wà into drug abuse or substance abuse, or someone that is lazy, or someone that is dirty, or somebody that doesn't have control over eating, or somebody that is not prudent. Because I was expecting us to mention this part of deal breakers, but I know that a lot of people are talking about violence, a lot of people are talking about when he doesn't have respect for me, he doesn't respect my feelings. Thank you so much, Total Event. Thank you for joining us, Kemosik. Thank you, God bless you for always. Please unmute yourself if you want to say something about this. We're talking about deal breakers and red flags in relationship, and how somebody can spot them, and how long can somebody endure before you say, you know what, I am not doing again, I want to leave it. And is it possible to have a red flag free relationship? Somebody says some doesn't even know how to talk. One bad joro. Hey, you see, some people will just open their mouth and say some things to you, and you will feel like hitting your head on the wall. So all those other things that we have mentioned, the latter ones that we have mentioned, apart from what we have said later, what we said earlier, who aggressive, who man pro, who man trustworthy, who man nice, who are dodgy, who should domestic violence, who need respect, who lolubawi. What about those people that have all those things intact? Ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n dọ̀tí. Àwọn kékèké kan wà tẹ́ pé big deal lójú èmi o. Maybe they are dirty, their hygiene is 0 or -10. Some are lazy. This guy is so nice. Nice, go very nice. He doesn't womanize. He doesn't do this. He doesn't shout at you. He doesn't do this. And this woman is so peaceful. Then, or someone that don't put kò I remember those days. Calling I go calling con. Kíní kan tó bá ti ro ǹjẹ́ kò lójú tì mọ́yá, onígbèsè áyá má gbé kò mí o, onígbèsè áyá má gbé kò mí o, tó bá ti ro ǹjẹ́ kò lójú tì mọ́ rárá. Okay, guys, Bukilicious Total Event, please, you can unmute yourself. Má gbé kò mí o. Tó bá ti ro ǹjẹ́ kò lójú tì mọ́ rárá. Ọlọ́run ṣàánú fún wa. What about that one? What about that? Is that a customer? God bless you, ma. Thank you so much, ma, for always. Thank you, ma. God bless you. So, what do you think, ma? Lazy, foodie, onínàkúnà, kò wà prudent, àwọn nǹkan tá a jẹ́ mọ̀, because a lot of people gbàtà tí sọ́lá tẹ̀kọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ pé ẹ̀yìn tó bá jẹ́ pé máa ń bínú lódì, tó bá jẹ́ pé máa ń nàyàn, tó bá jẹ́ pé máa ń yàn àlè, tó bá jẹ́ pé ohun tó gbogbo kàn sọ yẹn nípa red flag. We talking about so many things. Àbí kò lólùbáwí, kò ṣe kíní kan, those are red flags. Or ó máa ń bínú, or ó máa ń gbáyàn lójú, máa ń ṣe. Rántí pé àwọn kan wà tó pé they are so subtle. For example, ọ̀bùn, for example, ọ̀lẹ, for example, ó lè jẹun lójú àlà. For example, kò sówó tí òmówó tán kì í ná. Can that be red flag? Are those enough reasons to leave a relationship?
All those things that you have mentioned, well, I won't call them a red flag, because it don't know. But the one that tops it all is a violent spouse. That man or woman. Sherry, nobody can have it all in a marriage. Because me, a single person, but my support call me 100%. I think you me 100%. And that is where you carry your cross in the marriage. There are some things that happens within the family or in that marriage that you just have to accept as your cross.
And keep it going.
Because somebody no. That is why you see many people that get married late.
Or never married.
Yeah, all in the name of, it's not perfect enough. It's not straight enough. Not that all those things might not be a red flag to some people. But it should not be. That should not be enough reasons to say, oh no, nítorí pé ó lè jẹun jù. Lójú àwọn èèyàn kan náà, ìwọ tó fi kò kí ń jẹun, ó lè jẹun jù lójú àwọn èèyàn kan. Ọmọ máa wọ ẹbí kò lè jẹun jù. But ẹlòmíì, ìyàwó ẹ̀yà ọ̀lẹ. Ẹlòmíì máa rí ẹni tó máa yẹ kó mú oúnjẹ sí rárá. Kò lè sóúnjẹ, kò lè sí anything. But the man, because of the love, òun ló kọ́ bó ṣe ń sóúnjẹ, òun ló kọ́ bó ṣe ń ro àmàlà, òun ló kọ́ bó ṣe ń tẹ̀ fún. I get. So, and yet I turn out to be the best cook. So imagine him saying that, oh, because he's not a good cook, she's not a good cook, she's lazy. Ignoring the other qualities, other better qualities.
Yes.
So, and to you, then to let John, you know, all likely come out violent, all likely come out caring, all likely come out generous. Which is what most people want in a marriage. So we can now know because the person is lazy or the person is not bath for all the time, Gucci, that's okay. So, I guess it was
yes. Yes.
I want to get my needs, but I'm making corner shop go.
You're going to cause wala no marriage, you know. OCD. Benny.
So which one do you now pick?
Yeah.
So if a man or a woman is not violent, I think the rest it's bearable. If there is love, it's adjustable.
Okay.
Thank you, sis. Touchable.
Thank you.
It's not enough reasons to say, oh, I'll call you guys in you. What don't you call you? What I think I won't be finding you. Go back or you keep worrying back. African shop to buy you.
I know. Yeah.
So some women, one man's meat is another man's poison.
Yeah. Yes.
So all those ones, to me, as far as I'm concerned, there are not enough
reason to say no. Thank you.
As long as the man is not violent, he's straightforward, he's God-fearing.
Yeah.
He's kind, he's loving. The rest, I'm after with money.
Okay, thank you so much, sis.
Okay, Momo, only clean in it. Think about what you move. Ṣùgbọ́n lọ ṣiṣẹ́. Iṣẹ́ yóò ṣe ṣá.
Kọ́ ṣáà máa nulé, kọ́ máa nulẹ̀ ní tiwọn, kọ́ máa gbálé gbàdé.
Ṣé mo? Ó ṣáà máa nulé lọ nulé bọ̀ kí gbogbo tóbi bá dalẹ̀ kan ti mọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́fà. Wọ́n ti fọ white lọ́tọ̀, wọ́n fọ black lọ́tọ̀, fọ green lọ́tọ̀.
A máa ṣe nǹkan o.
Ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá ní kọ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́, àwọn iṣẹ́ tí ó wà jíwébù. The next 10 years, won't see you get to share. No,
mama, point about fair shake. Thank you. Oh, yeah, me. Maybe not near to similar being very. I have someone like that. Yeah, I have someone like that. I know someone like that. Yeah, OCD. Yeah. Oh, yeah, me. In fact, thank you so much, because I was just about to say that what are the fixable and not fixable red flags? Of course, like Kemosik has rightly said, thank you for always Kemosik. MC Monite, my husband is banned from African shop. Hey, Akoni, I forgot to mention people that keep malice. Jesus. Anyways, now we're talking about red flags. Like Kemosik has rightly said, the reason I actually brought that question, it show possible. Is that possible to have a red flag free relationship? That people can see, like she rightly said, I'm going to want to patch, like violence. Maybe somebody that is nobody can call them to order. Those ones are probably too much. They are at the extreme. Now we want to talk about those ones that are at least still fixable. And I'm telling you, depending on individuals, like she said, you have to know what you can tolerate. What I can tolerate, you might not be able to tolerate it. For example, some men, I know a man that ìyàwó ẹ̀ bó ṣe ń dọ̀tí ẹ̀ báyìí ó ń nu ni bó ṣe ń scatter lé báyìí ọkọ ń tún ṣe ni ọkọ ò mind. There are some men that will never be able to tolerate that. I think we need to understand each other and one another. Sorry, or what do I say? You need to understand yourself. What can I take? The fact that A is tolerating this, would I be able to tolerate it? Is it something I can deal with? Something I can cope with? Something as little as being too clean could even be a problem to some people. Kí ló dé kí má lè máṣọ sílẹ̀ ó ti kó kúrò. Mo mú pátá sílẹ̀ ó ti yọ kúrò. Mo mú pátá lẹ̀ ó ti kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan? Ìyẹn gan lè cause wàhálà nínú home mi. You need to know what you can tolerate. You need to know what you can tolerate, and you need to go by what you can tolerate, and don't look by other people's standard. Like we said, we are more tolerant. Like and Kemosi said something very, very important. Igi eléyìí ò dá ayọ̀ nínú. Igi eléyìí ò dá ayọ̀ nínú. Egogogo la fẹ́ fi dáná. But that doesn't mean that you should not accept what you cannot handle. A lot of people have accepted what they cannot handle, and at the end of the day, they ended up in trouble or they ended up losing the relationship. Now, I have seen a lot of people as well that said because of irọ́ mi ò fẹ́lẹ́ yìí olúwa mi ò fi yọ̀ wọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ ló débẹ̀ tá à ń sọ tó yẹ pé age 60 they are still there, they are not married, and now they are now settling for anything. They like kéèyàn kan tiẹ̀ dẹ̀ wá kó tẹ̀lé wá bá wa fún wọn lóyún, or kéèyàn kan tiẹ̀ dẹ̀ wá kó tẹ̀lé bá wa bímọ fún. How can somebody be age 60? I know someone that is age 60 something. Tó jẹ́ pé èèyàn méjì báyìí eléyìí ṣe gbá ó ṣàwò bí tó ti ń ṣàǹbí ṣàlọ́hùn tẹ́ pé kò sí ọkàn tó padà. Because I've seen a lot of people making this general statement like it's better not to be married than to marry rubbish. It's better not to be married than to marry nonsense. I agree to that. It is better not to be married than to marry rubbish. But what is your definition of rubbish? Your definition of rubbish cannot be everything. You see how many things we've listed here today? Everything that everybody is saying, I was listing it down. Okay, he has to be trustworthy. He cannot lie, and he has to have somebody to be able to put him in order. She must not always be right. If you want to go by all of that, we won't have any. We have some that are not pardonable. Like I would never, if a man slaps me once while we are dating, the end look me cinema. If in a relationship with my NDC, I can understand that. Or a man that have no control of who to call them to order. Someone like me would not be able to tolerate that kind of man, but you might be able to tolerate them. Then the most important thing that we also said here tonight is the fact that one have to bear in mind that your mental health, your physical and mental health is so important. Some people cannot tolerate. It doesn't bother them. It doesn't bother them. Some people can die because of that. Personally, even an outsider self, I haven't find it easy to let alone you that we are husband and wife, we are living in the same house. I cannot deal with that. I can't cope with that. But some people can cope. So we all know what we can cope with. But whatever you think you can cope with, as long as it doesn't affect your mental, physical and emotional health, is so important. So we need to bear that in mind. Then one thing again that I wanted to say is share red flag man develop later. Abi, I want to notice it because a lot of them when they say you should have seen it. That's what people see now. They say, "Who just put it now?" Is it always? I want to ask this question: is it always that people spot the red flag before marriage, or I don't even know how to place the question.
God bless you, ma.
I don't know how to place the question. Ṣé lóòótọ́ ni pé wà á ti rí kò sí ní má sọ fún mi pé ò notice ó ti rí jọ ó kàn ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ò rí ni, or maybe love covers you. Is it always, or is it possible for some people to actually mask it until they get into marriage? Let's talk about that.
God bless you, ma.
Yes, ma'am.
You see, something it's not, you don't always see everything in the courtship. And don't forget the fact that back in the day, I don't know nowadays that couples are cohabiting before they get married. But back in the day, when that woman don't go back there.
Benny.
So you don't get to see a lot. It's very possible that you will not discover during courtship. Because there is no nothing warrants at that point in time. So that's the possible. Some behaviors you discover them in the marriage. You know, while you people are living together. During courtship, each time everybody wants to be on their best behavior.
Yes.
You want to impress your spouse, your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Girlfriend wants to impress boyfriend.
Yes.
So not necessarily normal.
On
the other hand, some people are good actors.
Yes. Yeah, come on, no. Our good actors, yeah, come on, no.
So they will act like they are angels until you get into the business.
Jesus.
I guess in Boston.
Yes.
When you now get into business, they will now begin to show their true
color.
So in that sense, so in that sense, maybe initially not that they were into each other like that, but as time goes on, the love developed and they now both love each other.
Yeah.
So what would you now say?
I can have.
Some people cannot.
I can't. Yeah.
Some people cannot.
I can't. Yeah.
I remember when we first got married. Toothpaste. I hate people pressing toothpaste.
Benny, stage by stage.
Little things.
Benny.
Stupid thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Lord have mercy. Thank you, sis. Yeah.
So, like as you rightly said the other time, that you should know what you can tolerate. I think it will help better in a marriage.
Yes.
If you discover yourself and know that you will tolerate
Benny. Àwọn ọkùnrin mi ẹlẹ́jọ́ wẹ́wẹ́.
They don't know how to stop. They don't know when to stop. Again, so things like that.
Thank you, sis. Let me read comments. Somebody said, let me read what this person said. Somebody said, don't use other people's relationship as yardstick. Know what you can tolerate. Yes. Somebody said, is the person that is complete, is the person perfect? Some people are blinded with love. Yeah, sometimes we see it, but we are blinded with love during courtship. You know, and when there's a way, love is blind, but marriage is an eye opener. Sometimes it's not really that people are blinded with love. Sometimes people think, especially talking about tipe, sometimes people just keep going because one believe want tipe. Lord have mercy. Red flag is in both sides. Prince Ola. Okay. Some people are pretenders. Someone said you can't get to know everything during courtship. I actually saw an interview of a couple. I saw an interview of an elderly couple. Where they're not quite elderly. Maybe they are now in their late 50s or thereabouts. And they were talking about how long did you guys date for? And the woman said we dated for 9 months and 11 something, 11 days or so. Days. Only I know because I know the day he asked me out and I know the day we got married. He said, okay, so what did you discover in those, not 9 months, sorry, 9 years. and 11 months or almost 12 years, almost 10 years. Sha. So the man was like, so what did you discover in all of those years? The woman now said, you know what? Nothing. I realized that I don't know this man until our wedding night. That is when this man started unfolding his true color. I was like, what? Almost 10 years dating, and you still did not know this person. From that day, I concluded in my mind wípé èèyàn lè ṣọ́ra, èèyàn lè gbọ́n tó ẹni tó ń ṣọ́yàn àbá my sọ. You know, somebody that you think you've been dating for almost 10 years, and then you got married and you still discover that you don't know much about this person. The person started manifesting all different kind of character, because I've heard people saying, at least spend time together, at least take your time before you marry them, at least take time to study them, at least take time to, you know, If it is a pretender or someone that is on a mission to get you, wallahi, you can't get anything from them. You know, you just realize that all those years of dating is just a waste of time. Adura Langba Kamari Damu. I'm just going to read the few things I wrote down here. You can date for 20 years and not have a clue. Yes, that's what that person was trying to say, that dating or courtship, long courtship, does not guarantee that you're going to know the person's character. There are some characters or red flags that are fixable, so to speak, and there are some that are, in fact, they're not fixable at all. They is a no. Don't try to say I can fix it. And I think another red flag that I probably forgot to mention, everybody else forgot to mention, is the involvement of the person's family. Some family are really the problem. The person is not the problem. Somebody that cannot put his family in order, somebody that will probably go for his family first, forget that they have wife or something, somebody whose parents or family members are always interfering in their relationship, or every decision depends on the family, could be a big red flag. And some of us probably have experienced that, where the family are they're always in sight, they're always involved. You see them, you know, it's always my family first and blah 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 blah. And those people, those things could be red flag, because once you get married, it's not going to be only you in that relationship. And also, I think we forgot to mention the act of cheating as well. A man that you're still dating, you are not married, but they're cheating on you, they're having numerous girlfriends and stuff like that. Yeah. Total events, that's why I call them actors. Yes. You know, somebody that you've not gone into the relationship, they're already cheating on you, and you can see it. Some people have the privilege to see these red flags. Some don't. Some are unfortunate that the spouse or whoever they're together are actually pretending for the whole time. That's a different case. If the person is pretending and you didn't know, and you're not entering, they'll be like, what? This is really who you are. That's an unfortunate situation that you have no control over. Also, we have situations where the people can see, it's obvious, but you're saying for the sake of love, I will manage it. Date. Then that's obvious. I don't think those one should tolerate that. But if you are not aware, well, that's not going to be your fault, you know. Somebody said they are like Okrika. And what about people that genuinely, I know people that genuinely they didn't show any red flag, not because they don't want to show it, but because they don't have any red flag. Along the line, they got influenced by friends. You know, we know women that are really, you know, decent, men that are decent, men that have common sense, that have correct, that you see that this is a husband material 5,000 yards, or wife material 2,000 yards. And if you marry, you're doing well, and all of a sudden they just started behaving out of character. Have you ever seen that happen? I don't know if anybody has ever experienced that. So how do you handle that? Red flag yẹn ò sí ńbẹ̀ nígbà tẹ́ ń date, wọn ò ṣe ránu, wọn ò ṣe gbogbo nonsense yẹn o. And they're not pretending, that's who they are. But all of a sudden, you just started noticing some bad characters there. Maybe they are influenced by friends or whatever. What do you call that? How do you do that? How do one handle that? Let me read it. Some spouse can bring out the beast in you, Benny. You don't get to see it until you open the sack and realize that okay. If we should stop it though. You don't get to see it until you open the sack and realize that some tops doesn't have bottom. I can't laugh. Leave me alone. I cannot laugh. It's true though. It's not a laughing matter, but it's just funny, Circumstances can influence bad characters. There's a lot of things that can actually influence someone. Because nígbà míì, sometimes I look at people, please, I always do it, and I always ask people not to do it. You would just say a relationship that had gone sour, sour, sour. You say a relationship had gone sour, and then maybe you happen to hear about it online or something bad has happened, and then you start hearing people saying, kò lè lóhùn mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀, kò lè lóhùn orí. I'm sure she saw it coming. I'm sure she thought she could patch it up. I'm sure she thought she could manage it. I'm sure he knew. I'm sure you can never be sure. You can never be sure, please. And some people also, when they fall out of love, for whatever reason, maybe they now have somebody else somewhere that they are giving their attention to, all of a sudden, that's another one. All of a sudden, the red flag that you have never seen in the life of this person, you suddenly started seeing it. It's not that the person has bad character or red flag. It's because you are no longer interested in that person for whatever reason. Maybe because you now find another someone somewhere deceiving you. All of a sudden, you start disgusting you. You started bringing out the worst in you. You started being severely nasty and wicked towards this person, making this person feel miserable. God have mercy. Then also, we forgot to mention that another red flag would be looks. Can looks be a red flag? Oh, fine, go fine. Oh, handsome, go handsome. Can it be a red flag? Can you marry someone that is not look wise, they're not appealing to you? Can you go ahead with that? Would that be a red flag for you? Let's talk about that as well. That could also be a red flag as well. So while I'm just answering that, before I go into the Abalakini Kinshi, let me bring out some of the things that I wrote down here, because I always write my own things down. Can looks be determinant of whether or not I want to go, or whether a deal breaker or no deal breaker? Somebody said also the mistakes we make is say that we will change them. Meanwhile, oh my God, you can't change anybody. That one is for sure. But some people would actually change. Like, for instance, what Kemosik said earlier about somebody who is very bad at cooking, you can help them learn how to cook. Someone that is not prudent, that doesn't know how to spend money, you are able to mentor them as a spouse to change them. But bad character, like come loju, you probably will not be able to change that except divine intervention. Nobody can change anybody. Now I'm looking at people that successfully mask their bad characters, and also people that develop. I want your yes, they were good, they were really good, they didn't have bad characters, they didn't have red flags, they were doing very well. All of a sudden, should be coin. And also we know that some of these things can be spiritual. From that angle as well, so we can pray it out and stuff. And you know, with early dating early. I mean, knowing these things early is good, so that one can quickly say no. Another problem where people go ahead with people that they have noticed bad character in is because they think they've gone too deep to go back. That's another problem. Lẹ́yìn ọdún mẹ́sàn-án ṣé mo máa fi lẹ́ni ẹni tí mo ti ń date for 7 years, I can't leave him. It's too late. That's another thing that people are then sometimes as well. People can be quite manipulative. That's another thing that we need to look at. Some people, they will manipulate you for years and years, and you will not even know. By the time you suddenly realize that you've been in problem for so long. And sometimes people, they cover up love. They pretend like they love. Meanwhile, they're actually manipulating you. They are actually how do I call it now? They're actually kind of subtle abuse, so to speak, but they pretend and hide under the umbrella of love. One has to know when and when. I was speaking to somebody yesterday and the person was talking to me about how long they've been, serving the spouse for so long. It's not about the spouse. It's like since they knew this person, their life has been towards this person. It's about this person, and not them. Suddenly the person just woke up and be like, since I married this person, mo ní life more now, any mo ń sìn, so to speak. So one has to be careful. Be careful. And sometimes all in the name of I'm trying to impress. I don't want them to say, if you're calling money what you if you're calling money bad character. I don't want them to see my attitude as red flag. Sometimes a lot of people deprive themselves of their joy. A lot of people deprive themselves of their own life. I know people that are at late stage in their life, they became very angry, they became upset with themselves and be like, what have I done to myself? So all these years, it's not been about me, it's about this person. And I've actually finished all my life trying to please this person. One has got to be careful. So we've suddenly realized that red flag could be emotional, it could be financial, it could be behavioral, it could be, in any way, it could be relational, like somebody said, like isolation from family, lack of commitment, infidelities and stuff like that. There has been a lot of things that we've talked about tonight. Most importantly, there are some non-pardonable red flags that one should run for, that if care is not taken, it can lead to serious injury or death or damage, mental damage, physical damage, emotional damage, irreparable damages. You know yourself, I know myself. Like Emosik said earlier, what you can tolerate, I might not be able to tolerate it. Somebody says some are good outside. In fact, people pray to have somebody like them, and for house they are devil. Yeah, come on, buruku buruku. That's why I don't do it. Mo kí n fi marriage anybody tọrọ pé Ọlọ́run jọ̀ọ́ orí jẹ́ ń dàbí lágbájá. You don't know what lágbájá is tolerating, So we need to bear in mind that you can't just, assume that everything is perfect because of what you're seeing outside. Now, basically, if one has gone deep into the relationship and it's not harmful to you, or well, don't let me say it's not harmful to you, if it can be tolerated, because you can't just be living. You can be there but focus on yourself. Have a me time. If you're the type that already enter into this kind of relationship, you're already in it, especially if it's gone too deep, especially time about ti wọ tí kò bá ti la ẹ̀mí lọ, tí kò la pé à ń ṣera wa léṣe, tí kò la pé orí ń yí. Sometimes you have to be in there and just make sure that you focus on yourself, look out for yourself, take care of yourself, do everything that makes you happy, do everything that makes you a better person. Focus on yourself, get yourself busy and do stuff. But if you are yet to go into it and you have the opportunity to escape, please do. Now, having said that, if you know that you're already in this relationship and it's going to damage you emotionally, it's going to damage you mentally, or it's going to be a risk to your life and your well-being, kò sí nǹkan tó fi ń ṣèyàn. Gbogbo stigma pé ó ti fọkọ́lẹ̀ ó ti ṣe àbófìyàwó lẹ̀, it's better to run from. We've seen too many deaths, or too many things that are happening to people just because they are married or because they are in a relationship. If it's going to be harmful to you, and because people can be saying, Mama, down, jókòó síbẹ̀, please don't do that. You need to stay in your marriage because of your children, for the sake of your family, for the sake of your this, for the sake of your that. They are not in it. You are the one that is in it. Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ ń tí ó wọ bàtà ló mọ bí tó ti ń tà wọ́n lẹ́sẹ̀. If you know that it has gotten to a stage where you can't take it anymore, where you think it's going to be to the detriment of your health, your mental health, or your physical health, or it can even lead to death, it will be better to just step aside. But if you know that being there, you can still take it, you can still, your life is not threatened, your emotion is not threatened, you can stay there, but focus on yourself, keep yourself busy, and make yourself happy. I pray that God will help all of us. Gbogbo àná má bèrè, kò sẹ́ni tó má bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tí ò ní rí wí. But ó ṣe níbì kan ju bì kan lọ. Okay, let me go and talk about the abala kíni kí n ṣe. Can people still hear me? Everybody's gone quiet, guys. I've got two abala kíni kí n ṣe tonight, and I'm going to be quickly. God bless you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Kemusik. I appreciate you. I've got two abala kíni kí n ṣe tonight. The first one, I actually saw this online, and I shook as a mother. Thank you, ma. Thank you for saying yes, MC Monai. A young 13-year-old was sexually molested by her own father, and then she got pregnant. Because they are church people, church said no abortion. And the mother was shattered. She was like, I don't understand. They're telling you you're a sinner if you know. Already the woman is feeling terrible, and the church is saying if you let this child commit an abortion, you're a sinner. What you have done is bad. You don't let and the woman had to cry out. I saw it online, and I'm like, what? God forbid. Some things are extreme. It will not be our portion in Jesus' name. But I just wanted to say, I said, let me bring this here and talk to people. What would this woman do? A young child that is a young girl that is being molested by her own father, and then Oyunde church is people lè gbọdọ̀ ṣẹ́yún nítorí pé God hates abortion. It is against the Lord. It's against the will of God. It's not supposed to be. You cannot do it and stuff like that. So what would you advise the mother to do? Let's quickly talk about this so that I can bring on the last one so that we can, because I want us to finish here by 8 o'clock. What they did is abomination. Church is just playing. Yeah.
Hello, Gogole.
Hello, ma.
Oníwárápá sọ pé ó kọ̀ǹgùn sí ọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Nǹkan burúkú ò ní kọ̀ǹgùn sọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run.
Àmín Jésù. Àmín.
That is incest. It's forbidden. But truth be told, me personally, I am not an advocate of inconti church person. No. Ìwọ̀n tó ń ṣe nínú church, the individual church is just a building. Àwa èèyàn báyìí. Wọ́n ní ẹ̀kíní ìwà àwọn so-called church members. Ìwà wọn terrible jáì, ó burú jáì. So the woman should just base her own actions on her own belief. But personally, tí mama advice irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Kí n say, life should pause again. See, mama, advice you read then. All I would just say is, go back to Christianity and your coin. I would not advise abortion just because to Roger Bataille. I will not lie to you. I have known so many people to just be your constitution. See one refuse láti share ni mo ju lọ́mọ constitution tó ever ní ilé ayé. Don't forget the fact that see ya out of the tire pé bàbá ẹ ló fún ẹ lóyún tó bá lọ ṣẹ́yún fún ọmọ yẹn tó ọmọ yẹn ò bá bímọ mọ́ ọmọ yẹn tún máa padà hate ìyá ẹ̀. But tó bá bí ọmọ yẹn sáyé ẹni ìtàn nírú ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn jẹ.
Hey Jesus.
But bàbá yẹn kò wá ní jẹ́ kí dọ́tà ẹ̀ fojú rí mọ́ láyé. Dọ́tà tó lóyún mọ̀ pé bàbá wọn ló fún òun lóyún. Ìyá yẹn á wá sọ implication, á sọ abomination, á sọ gbogbo ẹ̀. Á wá dúró ní dúró ìyá fún pé báwo rí we are in it together. So apart from pay church, go and terminate the pregnancy. Don't terminate the pregnancy because no, not because of church. If I am an individual tomorrow, I'm sharing a church is open they can keep on here. That is just one factor I want to erase. Because so many people, so many so-called self-proclaimed pastors and ministers of God, but send the man far away from the child. Kí ìyá yẹn bá ọmọ yẹn raise ọmọ ẹ̀. Kó dẹ̀ dúró tì í. Kó má jẹ́ kó lose ara ẹ̀ because ọmọ yẹn fún ara ẹ̀ can go into depression. She can be isolated. Kó má ṣe possible kan kó ọmọ yẹn kúrò ní area kan sí mi. Káyé má bàa máa fi ọmọ yẹn ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. Kó má bàa máa sọ lẹ́nu.
Ben.
That is my own take on that one.
Thank you so much, ma. It makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much, ma. And I think this is what we're saying again about the red flag or no red flag. Sometimes some men are promiscuous to the point that you can tell even while you are dating because anything you could see. So going ahead with that kind of man could actually be but sometimes one can tell. So another thing that one needs to look out for in red flags in any relationship is when the person is promiscuous, when the person does not have control over anybody. Anybody to ba ti ri ba gbogbo eho to ba ri lo n kiki ni ebo. it could cause damage fún irú ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, irú ọmọ tẹ́ni yẹn bá bí fún irú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So that's another thing I wanted to look out for. Thank you so much, ma. I really love it. Somebody said what they did is abomination. Church is just playing. Someone said the pregnancy needs to be terminated, in my own opinion. Okay. Like it has been rightly said, nǹkan tó kọjú sẹ́nìkan ẹ̀yin ló kọ sẹ́lòmíì. Sometimes it could be the solution.
I'm sorry, ma. It is an abomination in Yoruba land, in Nigeria, being in some parts of Nigeria. But where I came from, in the Gambia, they practice incest.
Okay.
Babamba almost Dani Gambia. It is not an abomination.
Okay.
So, but my reason for saying they no told you abomination in Nigeria, nearly Yoruba. But let's consider the fact that she is a minor. Toba share oyún yẹn nko. Tí ó bá rọ́mọ bímọ láyé àti láyé.
Bring my charger. My iPhone charger.
So that is why I said I would not. So incest, bó ṣe kọjú sí ibìkan ní
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
ló kọ abíyá sí ibìkan ní ìlú Ìbò.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
But in some parts of African countries, they still practice incest till today.
Wow.
And I can tell you categorically, ask any Gambian, won't practice incest in Gambia.
Wow.
Yes, and that is where I came from.
Wow. Anyway, thank you so much, ma, for that enlightenment. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká wá ríru ẹ̀, because like we said, nǹkan tó kọjú sẹ́nìkan kan mi ló kọ sẹ́lòmíì. But I would say on this note that everybody knows their spouses. If your spouse is a weakling when it comes to the issue of sex, eléyìí oṣù ọ̀rọ̀ pé kí ló mean? Show them feel like keep an eye on them. Especially if you have grown, daughters. Even gone, there's a man that is all over social media today. I saw it today. He eventually died in prison. He slept with his 10-year-old and also sodomized his 6-year-old boy. So one should keep an eye. Thank you. One should keep an eye on the kids. I will watch my children like hawk. You know, if I notice that this person is it goes to show that nobody is to be trusted when it comes to the children. So that is that. Somebody said Damsi Care says kole bi omo yen egun buruku ni. Remember Lot in the Bible. I know it's crazy. So somebody said, yeah, but trust me, the mom will rot in jail. You know, this particular situation is a very pathetic one, and the fact that it's a true life story hurts me so much. When I saw that thing, I knew what. So some of these things do happen. So let's bear in mind. Somebody said his daughter. Yeah, his daughter. Yes, his daughter. Don't look away. Don't look away. Keep an eye on your children, whether male or female. That man died in the prison today. Is all over social media. He died I'm talking about another story, not this particular one. This one was arrested and he died in prison in Nigeria for sleeping with his 10-year-old daughter and also sodomizing his 6-year-old, and this man had HIV. If I see that story, I will share with us again. I'm sure I saw it somewhere. I think I shared with some people. I must have sent it to you, Bukilicious, if you check your inbox. Someone got on ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé ìmá yẹn wá kú sínú prison ó dùn mí kò yẹ kí èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kó yẹ kó dúró sí láyé kó jẹ̀yà ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹlòmíì ti ya wèrè mentally ẹlòmíì ti ya wèrè ó ní HIV ó infect ìyàwó ẹ̀ ó infect ìyàwó ẹ̀. You now went ahead and be sleeping with your 10-year-old daughter and also now sodomize your 6-year-old boy. Ó fún gbogbo family ẹ̀ ní kíní yẹn kó tó lọ wọ́n wá gbé sí prison ó wá kú sí prison. So that's it to tell us that things are happening. So one needs to keep an eye, watch, especially when they are still young. Watch. Let's watch over our children. Nobody is to be trusted anymore because somebody is supposed to be safe in their own house, but in their own home, unfortunately, if you listen to Oriyemi Hamzat, you'll be shocked at things that are happening out there. You know, so if you are paranoid as a mother, you have not done too much. You'll be paranoid. Watch out. Trust your instincts. Look out for your children. This man had been doing it for quite a while before the mother realize it to the point to jẹ́ pé ó lè fún ọmọ lóyún. Wọ́n ṣe ọmọ tóbìnrin yẹn gbé wá láti ta àwọn ọmọ tó bí fún ni. God help us. Okay, let me go to the next abala kíni kí n ṣe. This next abala kíni kí n ṣe is a little bit tricky. This one happened between two friends, two married friends. The friend is married, her friend is also married, and this friend noticed that the way this woman behaves with my husband is somehow, and eventually confronted the husband and said, "Kilo wa láàrin wa àti lágbájá. It's getting too much, you know." And this lágbájá also they're so close that she's one the wife is always confiding in. You know, man, but just sọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ ara wọn fúnra wọn ni. But one notice pé ó dàbí pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀. So the person looked into her husband's phone and found out that her friends, they've been exchanging conversation, even to the point of ìjọba mi ra mọ́tò, èwo ni kí n ra, èwo ni kí n mú, ṣé kí n mú Mercedes, ṣé kí n mú. Wọ́n jọ ń send mọ́tò síra wọn, ìyàwó ò mọ̀, ìyàwó ọ̀rẹ́ ò mọ̀. But what now happened is at one point, the woman noticed something that happened that was so obvious pé tí kì bá ṣe pé wọ́n nǹkan kan wà láàrin wa àti lágbájá kò lè ṣe bó ṣe ṣe sí ẹ̀ yìí fún ẹ. The person had an event and they were going to have a change of outfits. So this friend, when they were having a change of outfits, the friend, did not leave the room. Nígbà tí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn nípa excuse ọkọ ẹni yìí ó fẹ́ pààrọ̀ aṣọ, gbogbo èèyàn wá jáde. Ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn ò kúrò nínú yàrá yẹn. So ìṣojú ẹni ọkọ rẹ̀ ṣe change ẹ̀kíní ẹ̀kejì. So gbogbo àwọn tó wà lọ́wọ́ pé kí ló tí ẹni yóò jáde nígbà tọkọ ẹ̀ ń ṣe wọ́n close ọ̀rẹ́ ni wọ́n kíní kan. Anyway, later the woman confronted her husband pé kí ló tí o ṣe ń wọṣọ tí lágbájá ò jáde. This is not right. After so much back and forth, the man confessed pé wọ́n dá lóhùn, wọ́n wá carried away nítorí pé èmi àti ẹ̀jọ́ ní nǹkan pọ̀, ó dẹ̀ ti fẹ́ máa ṣe jù. Wọ́n ní wà àti lágbájá ní nǹkan pọ̀. Why? I thought she's supposed to be my friend. Why? So the man shall confess a few times, said the same thing. The woman kept on asking. The man was confessing to the wife. All of a sudden, one day, the man just went and came back. And the woman said, nǹkan tó ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀rẹ́ mi, ó dùn mí. Ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ wo? Ọ̀rẹ́ mi lágbájá. Ó ṣe nǹkan pẹ̀lú ó dẹ̀ fẹ́ràn rẹ̀ sọ pé ó ṣe. Mi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún ẹ o. I didn't tell you that. The man started denying it. And the woman was confused with her. You are the same person that told me that you guys are having an affair. You confessed to me not once, not twice, not 3 times. All of a sudden, you are now denying it again. So the woman was confused. I never told you that. I did not say that to you. So what would you have that woman do if you are the woman? Please, people, don't be quiet on me. I'm not sure. Did you hear the story?
We heard it loud and clear.
Yes. Fiscal event. So
Sherry, I don't even know where to start. Number 1. Orenye.
Thank you, Damsike. Why?
You are married. Your friend is married. Age your close. Ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ ṣe ìnáwó. Ó wá dúró sínú yàrá bí tọkọ ẹ̀ tí ń wọṣọ. Bàbá ìdodo ni dájí ara mà ojú ló mọ ohun tó yónú. Ṣó fẹ́ bá mú ṣòkòtò dání ni àbó fẹ́ bá fa zip ṣòkòtò.
Yeah, he said because they are close. They are comfortable with each other. They are close.
Irú comfortability wo ni ẹ mà? Will you be comfortable if I stay in the room with your husband when he's changing back? Àbí ṣé mo máa gbà yín láyè kẹ́ dúró síbi tó kọ mí sí ń wọṣọ tí ò bá ṣe pé wọ́n ti jọ rí Punani àti igbó lára wọn rí. Ẹ jọ má bínú bọ́ ni ìyàwó wá wà.
Ìyàwó wà ńbẹ̀, ìyàwó náà wà nínú ibẹ̀.
Ìyàwó wá sọ pé ọ̀rẹ́ ni wọ́n.
Ìyàwó wà ńbẹ̀. Àwọn according to the story, àwọn míì náà wà ńbẹ̀. Everybody excused, but the woman did not excuse. The wife was just asking the man, why when everybody left, this woman did not leave, and you did not mind. I told her to leave, you did not leave. But you did not mind, you the husband, you did not mind. Why didn't you tell him to tell her to go on? Fault. Fault.
Fault. It's the woman's fault, sorry. Excuse one now.
Sherry total events. Sometimes
Total events, Colon sorrow, Damsey care, ló sọ̀rọ̀, not total events, it's Damsey care. Damsey care ló sọ̀rọ̀, total events. Okay, total event ló sọ̀rọ̀, sorry. According to the woman, she said it. She was the one that said everybody should leave. Everybody left except the girl. Yeah, because they are close.
Anything, but after Ìyàwó, according to this story, Ìyàwó later confronted her husband. Everybody jáde. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ò jáde, ó dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. Kí ló wà láàrin bọ́kọ ṣe lọ jábọ́ nìyẹn pé má dá lóhùn jàre, ó wà too carried away ni. Mo ti fọ́ lẹ́nu rí.
Yeah. Somebody said, there is nothing the woman could say.
For now, the husband is now changing it.
Yeah.
The husband said it more than 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. No. According to the wife, the man confessed more than 3 times. Go.
The man confessed to the wife.
To confess to the wife later.
And said nothing like that.
He later denied. After a while, You know what? I think he realized that he has done a big mistake by telling the wife.
Yes.
So they need láti parẹ́. So open to like one fẹ́ máa parọ́ oríṣiríṣi.
Sister Kemi, ó possible kó ti rí ra lẹ́yìn. Ó possible kó ti rí ra lẹ́yìn kó wá wò pé ó ṣe kíni. Ẹ jẹ́ Kemi
sọ̀rọ̀ in this angle.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ from Damsey care. Yeah, Damsey care.
Sherry, mo kí gbogbo ilé, mo dé tún.
God bless you, ma. Yes, ma.
I just stumbled on you.
Thank you, ma. Thank you.
Interesting and aṣáàmùkọ́gbọ́n.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Sherry, èmi ò fẹ́ sọ pé ìyàwó yẹn tutù. Ó pọ̀ ti jẹ́ ìtújù. Ojú ẹsẹ̀ lórí sáré àkófá ọkọ ẹ̀ jáde pé àkókè ọ̀ní ó yá. Ibi tó bá fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ ẹ̀ ti change. At the point of changing, at the event, the woman should not allow, no matter how close they might be, you shouldn't have allowed the husband to change.
In front of her.
Affairs behind it. The whatever you may call it. That's in the first place. Okay, Katewa so like Auntie Shanti Kemi Abi Auntie Total something. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't read it.
Yeah.
Katewa so boya obìnrin yẹn wá one try láti avoid the people during party time.
Yeah.
Tọkọ yẹn tó wá béèrè politely ṣe mọ́. Ṣe gbogbo ara lẹ́mí wàhálà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
Béèrè lọ́wọ́ ọkọ ẹ̀ politely pé okay bye mo discover bye mo notice bye. Tọkọ yẹn dẹ̀ jẹ́wọ́. Ẹ máa ti mọ̀ pé truly ọkọ yẹn love ìyàwó ẹ̀. Bóyá ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn ló ń fọ́sà rẹ̀ sí. Tàbí kó máa lo káyá mátá.
Hey, Jesus.
Kíní kan wà níta sí tó jẹ́ káyá mátá àwọn ọmọ jọ̀hún. Mi ò mọ̀. So ó ti lè máa
jẹ́ lọ follow Damsey yìí.
Nǹkan tí ọkọ yẹn tó fi jẹ́wọ́ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀, we know that, can we say that the husband truly loved the wife for him to have confessed to the wife?
He confessed, according to the wife, only not once, not twice, not 3 times.
So now coming back again after some days or whatever we may call it, tó wá sọ pé rárá, ṣàìmọ̀ pé ọ̀rẹ́ ìyàwó yẹn ti jáde, ó ti yí ọwọ́ padà ni, ó ti remote bọ̀dá yẹn,
Hey,
ó ti fẹ́ lórí
Jesus.
bọ̀dá yẹn rú.
Ó ti sọ fún pé láyé ẹ̀ kó lọ jẹ́wọ́ orú ẹ̀ fún
Kò yé mi, ẹ ṣe ìyá mi ni ó ti jáde síta, ó ti remote bọ̀dá yẹn, so kí ló fẹ́ fàyọ? obìnrin yẹn kó ṣàn jẹ́ gidigidi gan. Àwọn abiyamọ tí ò kì í sún kó tètè wọlé àdúrà tàbí gbogbo iṣẹ́ tó bá mọ̀ kó ń fẹ́ ṣe kó tètè wá bó ṣe máa gbọ̀n dànù. Ó ti jáde fún ni, ó ti remote bọ̀dá yẹn ni o. Bọ̀dá yẹn kọ́ tó sọ pé òun ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀.
Ó lóun ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Wọ́n ti lo òun fún bọ̀dá yẹn ni o. My take and my opinion.
Thank you so much, ma. Alakayo yo nípa ilé yóò ní dàrú. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Well, I really don't know. I mean, I always bring these things here as because.
And Benuma, in your abala kini kì í ṣe this story tẹ́ sọ yìí. Ẹni ìyàwó wa later ó gbé fóònù ọkọ ẹ̀, ó wá rí so many conversations.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ó ti pẹ́ tó ti wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ó fò náà jọ ń ṣe.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ó wá rí conversation àwọn conversation bí mo like mọ́tò ilé bá mi ra ilé, you know, ilé ni ó ṣe bá mi kí ni kí n ra, èwo ni kí n mú, èwo ni kí n má ra, èwo ni kí n ṣe. Ó wá send oríṣiríṣi. Meanwhile, this person is married and has a husband. Ó wá send oríṣiríṣi photo mọ́tò sí this man. Pé kó bá wọn choose. I don't know why tí mi wá mọ reason tí ó fi jẹ́ pé the other woman yẹn tó ti kò sọ fọ́kọ títẹ̀ kó bá wọn wo mọ́tò. She's married. They both know each other's husband. Wọ́n jọ mọ́ra, wọ́n jọ mọ́ ara, wọ́n jọ máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ara wọn, wọ́n jọ máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ ara wọn fún.
Ọkọ rẹ̀ lóhùn tó bá possible gan. Gbogbo nǹkan tó jìjọ sọ tó máa ń sọ fún ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n tó ṣe mọ̀ báwa obìnrin.
Ó ní wọ́n ṣe kí ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn kó cut relationship.
Ẹ máa wá olùfisùn. Wọ́n ní ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn kò ṣẹ́rí.
Wọ́n ní kó cut friendship.
Especially ká rẹ́ni bá rojọ́ ṣe understand. Ṣẹ́rí gbogbo nǹkan tí innocent ọ̀rẹ́ bá ṣe.
Olè wọ́n ló lè ní.
Olè nínú pé ó máa end up láti da àárín ọ̀rẹ́ àti ọkọ ọ̀rẹ́
àti Bukky ṣẹ́rí. Mo sorry láti gbọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu yín ṣẹ́rí àwọn tá à ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní hospital setting. Ó ti wà látàrí báyé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò kì í ṣe méní kò kì í ṣe méjì. Mi ti ṣiṣẹ́ lọ hospital ní Naija. Kó tó di pé mo relocate over 20 years. Mo ti ṣiṣẹ́. Ibi tí mo dẹ̀ ti ṣiṣẹ́ wà peculiar dáadáa. Àwọn tá a bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ nínú tíátà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ọkùnrin ló máa ń pọ̀ nínú tíátà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
So àìmọye àwọn tó máa ń ṣe pàpàpà. Kọ́nà àtẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé so ó ti wà látàyè báyé. Pé àti lágbájá ń ṣe ọ̀rẹ́ ọkọ lágbájá. So yẹn ti wà látàyè wọ́n máa ń ṣe.
Bestie.
Ṣé wọ́n fẹ́ gbọ́ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ? Nínú hospital gan, wọ́n tún máa ń gbọ́ ọkọ ara wọn tí wọ́n á tún fẹ́ra yes.
Wow.
Mo ti ṣe bí colleague nìyẹn, colleagues làwọn yẹn ò bá nǹkan kan dé.
Àní tí wọ́n fẹ́ra wọn tán wọ́n fẹ́ra wọn tán wípé Mrs. Lágbájá àbí Dr. Lágbájá àbí pharmacist Lágbájá. Ó máa ti get kan tí mò ń sọ. Tó wọ́n ti fi wà látàyè báyé. Wọ́n ṣe dáadáa.
So kí ni kí obìnrin yẹn wá ṣe?
Ẹ máa gbọ́ síta.
Bọ́ọ̀ ní kí ni kóbìnrin yẹn wá ṣe kí obìnrin yẹn kó sá fún ọkọ ẹ̀.
Àǹtí kan dọ́kítọ̀ ni. Ọ̀dà yẹn náà dọ́kítọ̀ ni. So ìyàwó ọ̀dà yẹn náà ní hospital náà ló wà mí fẹ́ dárúkọ profession ìmọ̀ gbogbo wájọ wa. Àǹtí yẹn dẹ̀ lọ gba ọkọ bọ̀dá yẹn. Ó dé ìṣàtọ̀ ẹ pé a tún trace wọn lórí Facebook tí bọ̀dá yẹn bá ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ẹ̀yin gan wà wà kú ẹ̀.
Ẹ má má dàbí kí lítọ̀ sí wọn tó máa ń ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ tí wọ́n máa ní o.
Àti tó gba ọkọ yẹn a máa kí pé màá ìyá àṣẹ kìnìkan lórí Facebook àti tibí náà tó ní ọkọ gangan tó bímọ fún kò kí ṣe ìyàwó àná kò kí tẹ ṣe level ti tàwa under 20 yìí kò kí ṣe level marriage under 20 ìlú wa báyìí àwọn tó ti dàgbà tó ti lọ́mọ ní uni ni táwọn ọmọ wọn bọ̀bá tí màá graduate ẹni ìmájì irú yẹn látàrí báyìí náà ti ń kọkọ lọ́kọ̀ọ́ kákan sọ́sọ́ kòtò kọ́ náà máa ṣá kọ́ náà máa
àmì.
Kí la fẹ́ kó ṣe báyìí ní sí?
Èmi nísìnyí o when I bring these topics
kókó ti friendship yẹn sí straight up.
Kókó ti friendship yẹn kó wá múra àdúrà gidi ṣé mo pé àyà ti kàyà. So wá láti gbàdúrà.
Even part of the thing that the woman said tó ní nǹkan tó ń fi confront ọkọ wọn I forgot to mention that part. Ó lọ́jọ́ kan lòun àtọkọ òun kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ọkọ òun kàn sọ street door number àti ibi tẹ́ni yẹn ó kàn mention ẹ̀. Ó níbẹ̀ yẹn ni òun ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wò pé ẹ gbà mí kẹ́ báwo ló ṣe mọ door number ẹni yìí tó mọ address ẹ̀ tó mọ street ẹ̀. Ó ní bí that was what actually.
It's already been established. It's been established pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀. So
Ẹni dẹ́ lọ́kọ sílé o.
we want to establish pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀. So it's not about the I want to establish it. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọkùnrin ti sọ fún ìyàwó lé. Ó dẹ̀ wá fẹ́ padà wá, ó ṣẹ̀ wá fẹ́ tó sọ padà. You understand? So wọ́n ti establish ẹ̀ pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀. So nǹkan tẹ̀ máa sọ tó now ṣé irú àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ méjèèjì yẹn sì ìyàwó lé yẹn pẹ̀lú ẹni tá a sọ yìí. Are they still friends? Or because sísìn ìyàwó lé ti mọ̀ ṣé mo pé tẹ́lẹ̀ ìtìta yẹn ló máa ń mọ̀ tí ìyàwó ló máa ń mọ̀ tí lé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Tó ń sìn tí ìyàwó lé ti mọ̀ ń sìn. Ṣé ìyàwó lé ṣó ti wá fi wọ́n ti ya ara wọn pẹ̀lú ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn?
She obviously doesn't tell me whether wọ́n ṣì wà papọ̀ wọn ò wà papọ̀. But what the woman wants as an advice is ṣé kò ń confront ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn.
Kó má confront ẹ̀ ó máa yẹra fún ni.
Okay.
Ó lè confront ẹ o.
Ẹ má jẹ́ ó confront ẹ̀ because ó máa I don't know.
No, ó máa yẹra fún
léṣe. Ó lè ṣe léṣe o. Dàá lè ṣe léṣe o. Ní àwọn èèyàn báyẹn wọn kọ̀ kílẹ̀ ṣú láìláà ó lè ṣe léṣe o.
Ó máa yẹra fún ni. Ẹ sọ pé títa yẹn ọ̀rẹ́ ṣé ó wà ní ọkọ?
She's married with children. Ìyàwó máa yẹn náà sọ pé òun mọ ọkọ ẹ̀ àtàwọn ọmọ as in they are like family friend mọ ara wọn. Òun náà máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ ẹ̀ fún obìnrin yẹn. Obìnrin náà máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n jọ máa ń they are besties wọ́n jọ máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ ara wọn fúnra wọn.
Not even everybody that is confrontational. Again.
Ó kàn máa jìnnà sí ni. Ó máa yẹra fún ni.
Àti Bukky àti Kemi everybody.
Ó máa yẹra fún ni á dẹ̀ fọkọ ẹ̀
sábẹ́. Kò kí ń ṣe yẹra nìkan. Gbogbo àdúrà gidi tó máa jáde àdúrà fún kí lè sí nǹkan tàdúrà ṣe tì. Tọ́kọ ẹ̀ máa dàbí ìgbẹ́ lójú ẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ yẹn tó jẹ́ pé
ọkọ ò bá má dàbí ìgbẹ́ lójú ẹ̀ ó máa gba àdúrà débi pé ó máa ṣe é dé ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀
sájìnà ní àdúrà ń gbà òyà mi.
ẹ̀sìn awọ́rò ló máa wá kàn bẹ́ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó máa rìn
And they are even both of them are even Christians. So both of them, according to the lady, both of them are Christians. Both of them are supposed to be Christians. Let me put it that way.
We are still friends.
No. They're supposed to be Christians, as in both friends are supposed to be Christians. You know, and one of the things that the lady said was that she find it difficult to believe that her friend could do that, and she was even arguing with her husband, but Christian ọ̀rẹ́ mi kò lè ṣe irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ọkọ ẹ̀ sọ fún pé Christian ní ta ni lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ ló ti jẹ́ ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ ló ti jẹ́ Christian kò Christian lọ́dọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àwa báyìí. When the husband was so anyways, I mean, I don't know. Some things when I hear it, it's so difficult to comprehend it. Kí ló really ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣọkùnrin tí wàá tán gbòòrò ni. But the woman said nǹkan tó really trigger òun tóun fi mọ̀ the only evidence woman yẹn ní lọ́wọ́ ni wípé òun rí conversation àwọn àtọkọ òun pé ó dé bá mi wo mọ́tò ilé ṣó dáa ṣé ó bá mi wo mọ́tò ilé ṣé kóun rà ṣé kóun má rà wọ́n pé why ṣe lè sọ yẹn fọ́kọ títí yẹn because initially the woman did not want to confront the husband about ó wà ń bẹ̀ nígbà tí mò ń múra ìyẹn ìgbà ẹni ẹ̀ ṣe wá wò pé no wonder tó fi jẹ́ pé nígbà tí mò ń ṣe nǹkan ẹni yóò jáde kúrò ní yàrá ó dúró síbẹ̀ pa pé kí ló pa yín pọ̀ tó ti di pé ẹjọ́ ń sọ pé bá mi mọ́tò èwo ni kí n rà ṣé kí n ra Mercedes ṣé kí n má ra Mercedes kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ dẹ́nu lọ́jọ́ kan ọkọ̀ òun kọ̀ déédéé sọ̀rọ̀ ó kọ̀ déédéé dárúkọ door number street and address of that person pé
báwo ló ṣe mọ̀?
oníbẹ̀ yẹn lòun ti kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fura pé ẹ mà dẹ̀ gbà ń kẹ́ she all along she didn't think about anything about she didn't take the fact that she was in the room with them as a big deal, you understand, until tó wá dé stage pé irọ́ ni o so my address ẹ̀ then another evidence bí yẹn ṣe pé okay òun láti ṣe ní
ẹjọ́ máa
ọmọ iná.
door number house number address ṣé ìyàwó ẹni yẹn àti ọ̀rẹ́ wọn ti jọ débẹ̀ ní máa yẹn fi há nọ́mbà yẹn sórí.
In fact, according to us, it's a new place kò mọ̀ kò débẹ̀. In fact, àwọn òjijọ they are just friends. ìyàwó àti ìyàwó ni friends o. Ìyàwó àti ìyàwó ni friends.
So ṣé ọkọ ẹni tó ń ṣe nǹkan yẹn ti gbé ìyàwó ẹ̀ lọ sí.
No.
Kábà sọ pé save address.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But the major thing is, if she had done that, she wouldn't be surprised. But báwo she my address already? Do you understand? I don't think she would be.
Another question tí mo ti fẹ́ bèrè. Ṣé ọkọ ló mú ìyàwó lé mọ ẹni tí ta yẹn ni?
No.
Ìyàwó lé ló mú ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ ọkọ ẹ̀.
Ìyàwó lé ló mú ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ ọkọ ẹ̀. Ìyàwó lé ọ̀rẹ́ làwọn méjèèjì true ìyàwó ni ọ̀rẹ́ fi mọ ọkọ. Meanwhile ọ̀rẹ́ náà mọ ọkọ títí ẹ̀ náà o, but kò ju pé àwọn uncle lágbájá ṣe wà okay, uncle lágbájá tẹ wà okay ṣe mọ̀. Wọ́n mọ ọkọ ara wọn, wọ́n mọ. Mọ́mí Olúyẹmí ni ó ga o. Mọ́mí Olúyẹmí ni ó ga o. Ọmọ kan tó fẹ́ sọ. Everybody on Instagram are gone mute. They don't know what to say. Lord have mercy. Ọlọ́run á kọ́ wa mọ̀ ṣe. In fact, when the person told me, I was like, what? I also asked a lot of questions, and that's when I got to know Wípé, well, bá lè ṣe jọ mọ́ra, blah blah. You know.
So àwọn girls kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. I want to use my own so àwọn ọkùnrin náà máa ń mọ̀ ṣá. With due apology. It's get you wà. Profession kan náà ni ọkùnrin àti ọkọ mi. But èmi àti ẹ̀ lájọ jẹ́ colleague. Kò kí n ṣe pọ̀ rẹ̀ ni wá. Ṣe get but a máa ń sọ̀rọ̀. Àjọṣe calls, a máa ń sọ̀rọ̀, àjọ ṣiṣẹ́. So kí ni lọkọ yín ìfẹ́ dárúkọ iṣẹ́ tí àwọn méjèèjì ṣe lórí afẹ́fẹ́. Pé kí ni tí ẹ lọkọ yín àwọn lọkọ tèmi náà kí ni kan ṣe jẹ́ ká máa ṣe association ká máa ṣe kí ni kan. Ẹ ṣàmọ orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn pé àwọn tó máa ń gbé súnmọ́.
Association sọnù.
Tó tí ẹ bá ti wá délé tẹ bá ti wá sọ̀rọ̀ pé Mrs. Lágbájá àbí mọ́mí Lágbájá oní ti bí á kàn sọ pé kí ló kàn mí pẹ̀lú ẹ tí mo rú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó ojú la fi léwèrè lọ. Ojú la fi léwèrè lọ o àmúláyé rárá. Nǹkan lẹ́tà tẹ bá jí wọn tẹ jí wọn nínú pé àṣẹṣẹ ẹ̀ mọ̀ kó ní ṣe nìyẹn ni pé ta ló fẹ́ bá yàn ṣe. Òyìn ti máa mọ̀ wọ́n gan.
Ó dàbí pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tẹ sọ.
Ojú la fi lé lédì yẹn lójú la fi lé lọ. Lẹ́tà tá wá padà wá gbọ́ ìròyìn lédì yẹn gan la gbọ́ pé gbogbo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló máa ń
gbà. Ó dàbí gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tẹ sọ.
Sọ̀rọ̀ síta wípé ṣẹ́yìn ò mọ̀ kó ní ṣe nìyẹn wọ́n pé báwo lẹ́yìn ṣe mọ̀ kó ní ṣe nìyẹn kan ṣe ẹgẹ́ kan tí mo sọ pé àṣírí ẹbẹ̀ rẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan tí mo sọ ṣe ẹgẹ́ kan tí mo sọ pé ṣùgbọ́n kúrò bọ́t èmi tó wáyé pé ọmọ tó gọ̀ kan ni pé àìjẹ́ ká ṣe association kìíní kan ká máa ṣe kìíní kan. So you know, àdúrà ṣáà ni.
Ó dà pé ìyàwó yẹn gullible. Ó dà pé ìyàwó yẹn kò.
Àmì. Lady yẹn ń sìn wọn mọ̀gbà tó wà tọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀ tí ń jìyà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Wọn mọ̀gbà tó wà tọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀ tí ń jìyà bọ̀ tán ti build kan tán ti jọ kójọ tí bí wà lánúlẹ̀ tó fẹ́ ju ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó fẹ́ gbọ̀kọ̀ rẹ̀. Látàrí báyé délé àti ń ṣèyàwó kò tí tá a máa mọ ọkọ ara àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi tó jẹ́ pé bàbá kó mọ ọkọ wọn á wà àwọn ọmọ
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
ṣẹmọrúkọ báyìí táwọn ọmọ wọn bá ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ ọkọ wọn á wà àwọn tó wá ti mọra náà nìyẹn
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
tó bá ríra wọn táwọn á kíra
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
kí ọ̀rẹ́ wa máa ranjú mọ́ ṣẹ́mọ̀
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
ọmọ burúkú yẹn kú tá ń sìn
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
àdúrà náà la fi máa ṣẹ́gun wọn àdúrà náà la fi bàtà tá ló gbàdúrà kí èṣù lè kúrò nídìí ẹrù ẹ̀ àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
so àdúrà náà ni èmi máa advice kí àǹtí yẹn wọ́n á yẹ pé wọ́n ń gbọ́ àdúrà nìkan fi lé lọ àdúrà àwọn dẹ̀ máa gbà ọlọ́run á pín wọn níyà pátápátá
àmín Jésù
kí n ṣe lálágídí ọlọ́run á pín wọn tó ní kálukú àyà sí
àmín Jésù
tí wọ́n sì fi máa gbádùn ọkọ wọn lágbára ọlọ́run
àmín Jésù àmín ẹ ṣé gan ma thank you so much time is fast spent thank you so much everybody.
àdúrà tí a lè pè púpọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àdúrà èèpẹ̀ ló pẹ̀lú wọn ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló máa ń wù.
I think from what my sister said earlier, Damsike, she said something about the ìyàwó yẹn ní sùúrù, ìyàwó yẹn ò ní exposure or something like that. Apparently, from the look of things, the woman, the wife, is quite gullible, doesn't have the exposure, or probably over trust is worrying that's ìyàwó, because when she was talking, she was saying that mi ò mọ mi rò pé lè ever at this stage yẹn kan. In fact, she was even saying pé lọ́jọ́ tóun ṣe nǹkan yẹn àwọn èèyàn call attention òun sí pé why ìtẹ́ni yìí ṣe dùn òun kàn pé kí ni big deal, òun ò rí nǹkan tó wrong nínú ẹ̀. Everybody else around was pointing her attention to pé kọ́tẹ́nì yìí ṣe ó wrong, but she didn't see anything wrong in it. She was just saying maybe she just ìbílẹ̀ kan dúró bó kàn ṣe ọ̀yẹ́ ẹnìkan tẹ̀ sọ pé on 2 occasions ìgbà tó kọ́ wọṣọ àkọ́kọ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yàtọ̀ fọṣọ lẹ́kẹ̀jọ́ tó kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ irú relationship wo yẹn kí ló fẹ́ fà, but this person doesn't see anything wrong in it. Ọgbọ́dọ́mọ́ là ń kọ́gbọ́n sí, you understand, and ignorance will not be an excuse. And one of the things that the woman said ni pé ìgbà tó sọ fún ọkọ ẹ̀ pé bọ́tẹ́ni yìí Christian ní báwo lè jọ ṣe Christian ni ọkọ ẹ̀ sọ pé Christian ní ta ni ìwọ ló mọ̀ as Christian àwa ò mọ̀ as Christian. So sometimes the bottom line is nobody is to be trusted. Nobody is to be trusted. Kọ́lọ́ má jẹ́ kí wọ́n tẹ́ ní tìkà ní, kọ́lọ́ má jẹ́ kó wáyé ká wa. I really want to appreciate everybody for this evening. It's been an amazing conversation. Thank you, Damsey. Thank you, Damsey Care, for joining us. Thank you, Kemi Jeffrey. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you, Eluyemi. Thank you, everybody on social media, everywhere, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok. Ní ṣíṣe lórúkọ Jésù. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ fún wa ní ọ̀sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ pé ó máa ń wọn ní ká jẹran pẹ́ lẹ́nu, ṣùgbọ́n òun fànà fún kò gbà fún wa. Tó bẹ́ẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ní rí jù báyìí lọ lórí ètò lẹ́ni, lórí ètò wa, ètò yín, ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bùnmi Meettheroyals. Mo wá fàsìkò yìí sọ fún gbogbo wa wípé èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù lílọ ni mo tuntun ti ń lọ yìí. Ogun lọ kò dé kò ní bá mi, ó dé kò bá wọn kò ní jẹ́ tiyín. Mo gbà ní àdúrà lẹ́ni wípé àlàáfíà, ayọ̀ àti ìdùnnú tí mo fẹ́ fi yín sílẹ̀ ní òun náà ni máa padà wá bá yín lọ́jọ́ mẹ́jọ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n fàsìkò yìí sọ fún wa wípé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Mo ní láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Ẹ̀yin ò ní forígún, èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ o. Mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kó ní forí sọ̀gì o. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Thank you. God bless you. See you next week.
Àsìkò ti tó, ètò kan. Traditional wedding.
Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, everybody.
Let's talk traditional wedding.
Thank you, Damsey.
Let's talk traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding.
Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò Let's Talk traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Ó yá gídẹ̀.
Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook. 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook.
And TikTok.
Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's talk
Traditional wedding. Thank you, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Bye. Mommy Eluyemi, I've heard you. Thank you, guys.